Bum, bum, bum. Whoa, slow down there. My goodness, this is going to be a lovely and exciting dinosaur night tonight, as it usually is. But my favorite way to play dinosaurs on Arena in the Explore format, also Pioneer. You could take this list there, and I want to keep iterating that. I wouldn't change anything as the list is on Arena. It's quite close to Pioneer. We're getting that at the end of the year, but aggressive decks are pretty painful. I don't have a lot of early creatures. No early creatures at the moment, but that could change. I love any variation of dinosaur decks, but they get me caught out quite a bit. So how are we slowing down the opponent? Many opponents, any opponent. Archon of Emeria and the good old, well, the good new High Noon. Players can only cast one spell a turn. You know why that's good? Because my one thing a turn, once I get there, the opponent dies. It's so deadly. The namesake Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, putting all the creatures onto the battlefield, tends to do the trick, especially when they all have haste with Palani's Hatcher, Regisaur Alpha. I just have to survive until the opponent dies. It seems pretty simple, but what is the best way to achieve that? Excuse me. What's the best way to achieve that for this particular deck, and not being so narrow as well? Scorpion, how's it going? Hopefully things are well with you and anybody else watching right now. Later on, hopefully you had a good day, a good week. It's Friday tomorrow, or it might be Friday today if you're watching, because you're already asleep on your way to work, way back from work. But this is going to be way good. High Noon. Boom. If we get a source of red, we can pay 5 to sacrifice High Noon, deal 5 damage to any target, maybe finish off an opponent or a pesky planeswalker. But the good thing about that, any second copy of High Noon, third copy, completely redundant. So it's nice to have something where I can get rid of an extra copy and do a decent bit of damage against anything. And then Archon of Emeria, quite similar to High Noon. Each player can't cast more than one spell a turn, but also non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. That's just an extra bonus. And it's a creature, and it has flying, potentially blocking somebody big and scary. But again, for the most part, if myself and my opponent are only doing one thing back and forth, I can almost guarantee the one thing that they do won't be that big, won't be that powerful. It won't lose me the game in one thing, one turn, one cast, as Ghalta Stampede Tyrant can do. Yeah. The usual crappy connection at work. Well, hopefully one day the connection gets a little bit better. The connection, it is, that's it. I kind of like pretending to be a robot sometimes. I almost wanted to learn how to do the robot dance, but I love doing this one thing, getting a little bit sidetracked, but just surviving, slowing every single opponent down until I do my thing, and then my opponent goes down, because that's ruthless aggression. My oh my. But what do I lose? You got to think, why would I start with Archon of Emeria and High Noon? Perhaps you consider High Noon is just enough, 4 copies to make every opponent and myself do one thing a turn. Wow, that's probably enough, right? No, not for me at the moment. But of course I could see maybe trimming Archon of Emeria, put it into the sideboard, because that is where we find the Eldritch Evolution. I'm going to keep using it. It's just very good. But that's where we find that, and the Railway Brawler, which I've been using. Both of those cards loving. However, it's not like they achieve something specific, and that's okay. But the things that they do for me are basically the best version of that, or achieving more power, that sort of thing. Railway Brawler, all my big things get twice as big, and with so many big things, there is so much value for this card. Boom, right there. It's a creature, part of the package put onto the battlefield with Ghalta, and then all of a sudden, maybe a Tyrranax Rex and Regisaur Alpha are also put out. Tyrranax Rex then becomes 16 power with 8 counters put on it. Regisaur Alpha is an 8/8. When Regisaur Alpha makes the token, that becomes a 6/6 trample, which is lovely. Just those few creatures right there is good, but of course there could be many other creatures put out, doubled by the Brawler, Eldritch Evolution. But like I was saying, they don't achieve anything. They just are pretty much the best things to elevate and do my game plan a little bit more consistently. So that's why I'm starting out with things that hurt many things, that being Archon and High Noon. What does it hurt though? Is it Phoenix, which I don't need a whole lot of help against, but oh my god, excuse me, I didn't get much sleep last night, but we're going to be putting some opponents to sleep for sure. But is it Phoenix? Classically, with the Arclight Phoenix, having to cast 3 instant or sorceries, and then at the beginning of combat, if they've done that, they get the Phoenixes from the graveyard to the battlefield. Very, very good stuff. It's the top deck, one of the top decks of Pioneer or Explorer. So if they can only do one thing, an already good matchup got so much better. But Mono Green Devotion has been creeping up quite a bit, at least for me on the ranked best of 3 Explorer ladder. I've been facing it, and I've almost got them. It's been just so incredibly painful. They go off, it seems, just one turn before I could potentially go off. They're always just a little bit too fast. Of course, a deck that can make so much mana, like Mono Green Devotion, well, if they can only use 6 or 7, I think I mentioned this point last night. If they can only cast one spell, a Storm the Festival, to look at the top 7 or 10, something like that, putting 2 permanents with a mana value 5 or less onto the battlefield. They'll cast Storm the Festival and that's it. Maybe Kiora will untap Nykthos to tap it to make a bunch of mana, and then what? Nothing. They can't cast the other Storm the Festival that they just did. They can't flashback it. They're not going to play Ulvenwald Oddity, which is very, very scary stuff. Transforming, all of their creatures getting haste and more powerful. Pretty much. Cripple Mono Green, Is It Phoenix, Lotus Field, Quintorius combo, Discover combo, and any other deck. Most other decks are probably just a touch faster. They have a lower curve for sure, so I could see them sometimes wanting to cast 2, 3 spells in a turn, and now they're only going to be casting 1. And I think we will get the job done. Yeah, we should. Otherwise, everything is basically the same. The 2 Jetmir's Garden is going to be nice. I wanted just a little bit more sources of white. We might get caught out. I might need more of that just to play the High Noon early. Archon of Emeria, not quite as bad because it costs 3, and Leyline of Sanctity, I've never really needed the sources of white. You hope to have it in your opening hand. Give yourself hexproof and win against Mono Black Waste Not Discard, because most of their stuff targets you to make you discard things. Okay, let's get right into it. Oh, right under 10 minutes. Good stuff. I'm proud of myself. Brawler, not Brawler. Hi, yes, that's it. Okay. Now, I really could switch things up, maybe Commune instead of Archon of Emeria, just to dig a little bit, that sort of thing. Of course, I would have to pass up High Noon. If I was using Commune with dinosaurs, it can only grab a dino or a land. Or it could just be other lands in place of Archon, just to hit those land drops a little bit more consistently. But I'm not saying I don't feel I don't hit them. I feel I do. That's what I'm getting at. And that's a hand I'm going to be keeping big time. Maybe it's mono green devotion with the Nissa avatar. It still might be a little bit slow. Mono green devotion can be problematic. I'm going to choose green for Sunken Citadel. Just in case I draw that Archdruid's Charm. I want to maintain the 3. Okay, mono green devotion it is. That could be a little bit rough. Big time. But Castle Garenbrig we've grabbed. We could draw Archdruid's Charm, which would be nice. Playing Castle Garenbrig, we have the 3 sources of green with the Sunken, the Forest, and the Castle. It's going to be Sylvan Scrying though. Grabbing another Sunken Citadel and choosing white just so we could potentially get the Archon down. Other than that, everything should be okay, I hope. Well, we're about to find out. At the very least, I can play Tyrranax Rex. The opponent doesn't have a ley line of the guild pact. Okay, they just... Alright, it's good. It is good. I've got stuff for it, had stuff for it, but if they don't stop me, if they attack with everything, if they can't kill me, I kill them with Tyrranax Rex. There you go. Oh boy. We might be safe. It could be Storm the Festival with... Okay, well, Cure is also kind of bad. But it still could be Storm the Festival. That's what I'm getting at. Oh boy. Don't do it. I mean, you saw right there. If High Noon was out, that's all I would have done. Play Kiora. Boom. Oh, I jinxed myself a bit. Get 2 forests, 2 Llanowar Elves. Okay. 2 Cavalier Thorns is not great. Oh boy. But we're not dead yet. I imagine the opponent potentially could be playing Ghalta next turn. Should do the trick, I think. Man, that's so much card draw. Attack with the Oddity. Do it. You know you wanna. Revenge. Let's get it. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, just good old Ghalta, and we'll see how she goes. Again, Archon is a creature, so this is quite nice. If there wasn't a scenario where I could play it early on, as there wasn't, it still can be part of the package with Ghalta. So that is it's definitely a nice bonus. Big time. They're not dead yet. I just have to hope they don't have too much removal for Archon. Chances are that's going to be the case. They could have Cityscape Leveler when they cast it, or when they unearth it, or when they cast it and whenever it attacks, they can destroy non-land permanent. So that could be coming down to take out the Archon, but at the very least, we'll see. If they don't have removal for Archon, it's going to be okay. Yeah. Oh, shucks. Now you can't do anything. I mean, I can make a big lair of the Hydra, but I have 2 blockers, so should be alright. I hope. Oh, what do they have? Okay, taking out the Archon, maybe. Maybe. What did I say? What did I say? There you go. Let's do it again, I hope. If I didn't start off with the Archon of Emeria, I would be dead. We still got the job done quite nicely. It was very scary for a little bit there. The Ulvenwald Oddity, like I mentioned, a fantastic way for the mono green devotion opponent to just finish us off. They easily have enough mana to play it and transform it. They can make so much as they did there, but you saw it started to click. They didn't realize, why can't I cast anything? What's going on? And then boom, High Noon. I'm keeping that. It's a basically perfect hand as long as we can stick to High Noon as soon as possible. I'm going to choose white just in case we can stick High Noon next turn. If we get a forest or a Cavern of Souls or something, I'm going to do it. Jetmir's Garden, not so much. It's got to be that. Next turn we'll be able to cast it. Hopefully they haven't popped off. It's going to be Castle Garenbrig as the land for the turn. And, well, let's... Actually, it's going to be Jetmir's Garden. All that stuff enters. And Jetmir's is a forest type for Castle Garenbrig. We don't need any of the Sylvan Scryings at this point, unfortunately, but, well... Hey, at least they can only cast one thing. Vorinclex, though, that has been pretty good. I've used it in the past. To pretty good effect. We really just need someone. Bodies, really, at this point. Okay. I imagine they'll have Pick Your Poison, Beseiju Who Endures, probably. Coming in hot. Really, they'll spend their biggest thing. They can transform Vorinclex, which basically is going to do us in, I would imagine. Lovely stuff. When I've used it before, to 1 mill 10, put 2 creature cards from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. It's rough. Yeah. Transform the good buddy. Watch me draw another Sylvan Scrying next turn. Okay, that's all right. Ouch. Yeah. Hey, at least they can't do anything else. I don't think. Pretty sure. Oh, they got the Beseiju, maybe. We dodged a bullet the previous game. Yeah, what's it gonna be? Oh, look! Nothing again. It would be nice to take out the Grand Evolution, though. Oh, they do have something. Huh. Or they don't. Or they do. Do they not understand how it works? Oh, Archdruid's Charm to take it out. Do I like that? I'd kind of rather use Archdruid's Charm for grabbing Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. Really. Probably should. 7 counters. The next lore counter put on the Grand Evolution. 5. I think we have to do it. Yeah, that's how it has to be. Boom. Hopefully that helps save us. Probably going to be Storm the Festival, unfortunately, but we'll try. Oh, another Vorinclex. That's fun. Ouch. That does tend to do the trick. And they could have played that Vorinclex as well with the Grand Evolution. They could have had both out. They could have actually transformed it and had 2 Grand Evolutions, because keep in mind, this is not a legendary enchantment saga when the Vorinclex transforms. So it's like you have 2 Vorinclexes. They'll transform themselves at different stages. Once they get to the 3rd one, it's quite deadly, stacking both of them for sure. And yeah, we're not winning that one. No, I don't believe we are. Yeah, we'll go with Sylvan Scrying, make some magic happen, as they say, and that should be it. Yeah, no, the 7 counters. Ooh, painful. Hopefully I get to do it again. I couldn't resist seeing the high noon, but really, again, like I said, multiples is redundant unless you can sacrifice it by paying the red there. We'll still keep the same, absolutely. I'm just happy to have taken them down and to really be bringing the pain to them. You can see multiple times they can make so much mana and it just sits there, but they can play Vorinclex and transform it to be the Grand Evolution, milling 10, getting 2 creatures from among the milled cards onto the battlefield, so they can still sink their mana into stuff. Transforming is not casting a spell, so they're doing a couple things that turn. I'll stick with this for now. It's on the right track. Of course, this is a very small sample size. It is only one match so far against mono green. Oh boy. They got to be at least a little bit scared. Bringing in all their pick your poison, Baseju, Haywire Might. I imagine those are all in to take out the High Noon. Not so much the Archon. I think that would be pretty resilient against this deck. They can take out those artifacts and enchantments, but creatures I feel are a little bit difficult. Eventually. Oh my. Maybe the opponent is wondering, scratching their head. They saw the Archon and the High Noon. They know there's 2 different cards that do pretty much the same thing. Well, they do the same thing, among other things. So they have to prepare themselves for that eventual pain. They know I'm going to be prioritizing that. It is mono green devotion. Maybe they want a rope or something because they think I feel bad. I feel good. I always feel good, and some nights are rougher than others. But I'm doing what I love, so that's where it's at. And that hand is not where it's at. 1 Cavern as the only land. It is nice to see the Archons, though. It's a little bit better. I say we try, well, Sylvan Scrying to grab Castle Garenbrig, play it as our 3rd land, which we also get to go Archdruids to put Sunken out. They basically always pop off. It is a very consistent deck, mono green devotion. It's just how she goes. Eventually. I think we got quite fortunate. Dodging Leyline of the Guild Pact. It's got to be in there. I would be surprised if this opponent wasn't using it. Huh. Maybe they have gone AFK. Maybe they also have a crappy connection just like you, Scorpion. I don't know. It's got to be an AFK. I would have imagined that they would do something before now. Guess we'll see if the timer runs down. I'm pretty sure the timer ran down in the sideboarding there. If it goes to 2 minutes, that either it means the opponent knows what they want, they haven't locked in, they want to make me take a little bit longer. Yeah, it's gotta be. Well, we'll find out in a second here. I really do need that Jeopardy theme song. Yeah, for moments like this.
This is a load of barnacles.
I'm gonna fall asleep. Oh my goodness. Oh!
You won! You did it!
Bazinga!
Oh. Vindication, validation, revenge. All of that good stuff. Yeah, those things put in the work. Again, the point being, is 4 High Noon enough? Would you put in 2 Archon of Emeria? Would you like Archon of Emeria more than High Noon? It's hard to say. How many chances do you want to see that specific effect? Again, like I mentioned, it's not narrow. Is it Phoenix, Mono Green Devotion, Lotus Field, Quintorius, Gruul Slickshot as well? Oftentimes they're casting multiple things in a turn, powering up the Slickshot show off. Now if they plot the Slickshot and then at a later turn they cast it, that's the only thing they're doing. That's it. They have to attack with a 1-2, which is pretty darn good. Loved looks that. Yep, keep 100%. 2 lands, one of them being sunken. Both have to enter the battlefield tapped. Not a big decision between them. But having the well, we got Castle Garenbrig, also quite nice. Now things have changed quite a bit. I think it is going to be High Noon. Hopefully it's not Boros Heroic. Okay, what do we got going on here? Interesting. Huh. Well, I don't think they're going to be casting multiple spells in a turn. We're just going to go with Archdruids. You know what? We can go with Sylvan Scrying to grab Cavern of Souls. Next turn is Sunken. And then Archdruids to grab Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. You'll see, we'll get there. I like it. We'll wait for a window to cast Archdruid's Charm for sure. Without question. Grab Ghalta and we'll see how it goes. Do something. As long as they use up their sources of blue. Okay, so phew. Hopefully that helps. They see the Cavern of Souls. They know what is about to happen. This could be pretty nice. But it also could just be Jeskai, white, red, and blue, creativity, Torrential Gearhulk, Krenko's Buzz Crusher could be coming in. They've been looking at those lands a little bit more than usual, I think. Well, burn down the house, that's certainly something. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, I already had it. Never mind. We got him. Strap yourselves in, folks. This is what it's all about. Lethal. Oh, desperately mousing over everything.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Oh. I don't think I need either of them. I still kind of like to keep in High Noon. I was thinking about this. If I can bait out a counter spell with something cheap the opponent thinks, I need the land that Sylvan Scrying is going to grab. I've spent 2. They've countered something. I have a High Noon out. I know. Never mind, I can't do it myself. Okay, that's a bad idea. Forget I said anything. Yeah, Archon, don't need it. High Noon, don't need it. The good old stuff, like I said. And I didn't mention too much about the matches where I wouldn't want High Noon or Archon of Emeria. This certainly seems to be that, but I still think there's some sort of shenanigans up their sleeve. Excuse me. There's got to be something up their sleeve. Transmogrify to exile a creature and then search for any creature in their library. Something like that. Do I like Archdruids? Do I like Eldritch Evolution? I say we just go with... Never mind. Eldritch Evolution. Maintain Archdruid's Charm. We've got Ghalta already, which, Eldritch Evolution, chances are, would have grabbed after it sacrifices Carnage Tyrant, Tyrranax Rex, or the Vaultborn Tyrant. as it is now, we are on track to get Vaultborn. I like it. And we have Cavern of Souls to boot, which I only have 2 copies of in the list. Oh, okay, this... No, it has to be Castle Garenbrig. Do something for 2. Do it. You know you wanna. Okay. Question also becomes, do I just wait? Yes, I'm sure they have counter spells, removal, all that stuff. Just play the Sunken. Next turn, we will be able to make 7. Play the Vaultborn, they can't counter it because of Cavern of Souls. We're going to draw something out at the end of their turn. The opponent is going to think we need this Archdruid's Charm, but at this point we don't. Make them spend that mana. Yeah, no more lies. Do it. I don't care. Good stuff. We want to get closer to Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, and this hopefully is going to be our best bet. Yeah, mouse over them again. Oh, look. They could have Ether Gust, though. Possibly sending the Vaultborn Tyrant back into my hand. Hopefully that's not the case. Yeah. Nothing you can do. Do you have a no more lies again? Yeah. Oh. Rogrin, trial. No.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Sweet me. Oh, are they doubling up on a lightning helix? Spend a bit of mana. I want to use the Eldritch Evolution. I don't really need to. Okay. There you go. Finally facing off against a type of control. This being Jeskai. I love it. It is very fantastic. I do like the potential. I think Lightning Helix is just a lovely spell all around. Yeah. Does lots of good stuff. That's for sure. Lots of sweepers and things. Exile-based sweepers, which, well, it's pretty hard to watch out for. But if Vaultborn Tyrant is exiled, it does make a token and has to actually die. It's not like when Vaultborn Tyrant leaves the battlefield, do something. That's not how it is. Alright, maybe it's going to be Azoria's control. That would be quite nice. Yeah, I'm just happy I took down Mono Green Devotion. I think I must have crushed their spirits at least a little bit. Maybe they weren't so used to seeing High Noon. I don't imagine too many people would bring that in against Mono Green Devotion. Usually, it probably is the Damping Sphere. They're already fired up for that. Maybe they had a little bit of artifact removal and not enchantment removal, which could have got rid of High Noon, and they're kicking themselves. They're crying. And the opponent might be crying with this hand because it's perfect. All the mana I'll ever need, I would imagine. We draw into an Archdruid's Charm, and now it's definitely all the mana I'll ever need. Jetmir Rogues, potentially. Hopefully that's not the case, of course, but next turn playing Vaultborn Tyrant would be pretty good. Hey, Tainted Indulgence. There is our window. They're tapped out. Use it. Especially when you suspect counter spells. I'm pretty sure we need Cavern of Souls. We gotta grab it. Just do it. Put it out. We want to protect everybody. That's probably the safest bet. I'm pretty certain they have some number of counter spells in their hand. Oh, what the? Drown in the Lock. There you go. Now we don't have to worry about that anymore. But this is going to be rogues. Oh, no, it's not. This is odd. It is. Jugan defends the temple. Absolutely is. I've wondered about using it a little bit in the past. Nice to sink all your available mana, all your extra mana into making a creature a little bit bigger. It's pretty cool. Make a creature that can tap for a green. I think you put some counters on it, something like that. Again, just nice to have a mana sink. Blot out, well, it's exiled. That's okay. That's okay. It is going good. Thunderwolf. Tonight is going extra good. I've taken down Mono Green Devotion, Jeskai Control, red, blue, and white, and now maybe whatever the heck this is. Might as well try for Ghalta. I think they could have sweepers, but we'll see. 2/1/1s on, yeah, it is good. It is good. Getting them, it's a lot of value. 100%. Sheoldred's Edict, well, I wasn't able to attack with it this turn anyways, so we just have to hope they don't have more Sheoldred's Edicts. Oh, they do they? Oh boy. Really? Oh, they don't. Okay. Well, you still can't target it. Okay. My goodness. This is don't have another mission briefing. Not too bad. Oh, never mind. They can recast Sheoldred's Edict, and I lose Tyrranax Rex. Now this is painful. Also, Sylvan Scrying is painful. My, oh my. This is not the greatest thing in the world, but Sylvan Scrying will get the Jetmir's Garden, which we can cycle, which we're going to do and try and get something different. I do like that version of Garruk. I like the M14 one, I think, or it might have been the M15. And Jetmir's, yeah. I wanted some more sources of red, just a touch. Sources of I like the looks of this. No more Sheoldred's Edicts. Don't do it. We've seen 2, technically 3 counter spells, exiles, and everybody's got to be dead. It got to be. They're going to take out Regisaur Alpha. Nobody will be able to attack, and then watch them.
You have no power here.
Inevitable.
Well, that's what it's all about. Trying to maintain positivity. That's very hard to maintain positivity in those scenarios. A blot out, rough. Exiling a creature. We had the Vaultborn. It got exiled, like I mentioned, and we don't get the copy to re-enter, to gain life, to draw a card, and sacrifice. Fatal Push does nothing to us, basically, which is quite nice. But it is pretty good at Jetmir's being the first expensive card you bought. That is a good first card to get. But we don't need Archon of Emeria against this particular deck, that's for sure. Or High Noon. Leyline of Sanctity, maybe. I like Leyline of Sanctity to stop blot out. Yeah. Any Thoughtseize, Duress, the blot out, target opponent sacrifices or exiles a creature. So, blot out is a dead card, which is quite nice. But yeah, the Garruk, the 4-mana 1, +3/+3 and trample is pretty decent. Oh, anything that can give Marauding Raptor trample, because it often gets big whenever it pings a dinosaur, getting +2/+0. That is good, but it always gets chump blocked by a 1/1, a 2/2, and you don't get that value. It is a little bit sad at times. Hopefully the opponent is going to be sad, crying when they see, oh, Castle Garenbrig.
Dang!
Okay. I still think they have some shenanigans. It's like Grixis, 4-color. Field of Ruin is not much of a ruin. We're going to play Jetmir's Garden just to try and draw out that field on the Jetmirs. We want it to get used up. I imagine they are going to save it for, okay, 3 castles, and I'll just plot the Brawler ready and waiting. Oh, take out my castle. I wish I had another one. Oh, shucks. Yeah. it does get huge, and that is something I should do maybe a little bit more, Scorpion, with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, putting, it could be 6 dinosaurs out at once. Marauding Raptor, 6 dinosaurs times +2 damage, power for each one. Massive, massive, massive. I say we just plot another. We just keep plotting the demise of this opponent. Yeah, ooh, it's getting scary. That's okay. Hopefully they don't have another one. That's getting a little bit rough. 12 and the +3. Ooh. You might be onto something, Scorpion. I mean, it certainly has been quite some time since I've done something different than Stampede Dinos. It's still my absolute favorite way to play them, but a big Marauding Raptor dusting off that classic, fantastic thing. Yeah, I want a good old Sunken. I want to make sure we can do our stuff nicely, easily. Just keep the Railway Brawlers. They got those counter spells ready. I think we still should have a pretty good chance. I think so, Scorpion. We're going to try the Railway Brawler, the first one, possibly draw out a counter spell for free because both brawlers have been plotted. So it's kind of nice in that sense. We test the waters, make them use up their resources, and then we can possibly safely go the other big stuff afterwards. Nickel Bolus. That's a permanent weak control. We don't really need a forest at this point. We have enough mana with the Castle Garenbrig and the Cavern. Okay. And no more lands, my goodness. Alright, we'll try for a brawler. And we'll see if they counter it. Okay, that's something. I want to choose the Cavern of Souls. I want to continue to protect Castle Garenbrig, even though at the moment it basically doesn't matter. Another brawler. Let's do 2 and see what they think. Would they have a sweeper? Would they have Extinction Event? That could be pretty problematic. You know what, I'm just going to go Carnage Tyrant. Let's double it. It has hexproof. Take this opportunity to have it be big. Alright. It's like I just played 2 Carnage Tyrants. That's pretty good. I hope. No more Shieldred's Edicts. Don't do it. My goodness. It's not fun. Oh boy. Oh. I guess that's their entire identity. Yeah, gotta do something. One of these days here. Chandra Awakened Inferno is going to be a little bit problematic. Stacking those emblems, chipping away, dealing damage to me. Oh, we got Tyrranax Rex. That is good stuff. Yes, please. Get that aggression going and kill her. Boom, 1 hit. Phew. Hopefully that's enough to help get the job done. They do have enough to pay the ward 4 cost. If they have removal for 2, easily enough mana. You know what, I'll get rid of that forest as well. Just in case I might want to cycle Jetmir's Garden. Oh, Field of Ruin. Again. My, oh my. That's alright. That's how it goes. Hopefully they don't also have Demolition Field. That would be very problematic too. Hey, at least I had to tap out. That's not nothing. We'll keep the Jetmir's Garden just because they took out the 3rd Castle Garenbrig. I might need that Jetmir's Garden to be my land for the turn. Okay. Alright, it's looking okay. We're not done for yet. It's got to be Leyline. And hoping they don't have Thoughtseize or something like that. Double Tyrranax Rex, I like that. Now the question becomes, Nicol Bolas would take it out next turn if they don't have removal, but I think they have removal. I bet they do. There's the blot out. Alright. I'm definitely keeping in Leyline of Sanctity. We gotta try for the forest, hoping we draw land that enters untapped and still able to go with Tyrranax Rex. Not so much. Alright. The Vaultborn Tyrant could be, pretty nice if we could stick it. Draw another land next turn and... But yeah, Thunderwolf, this, it's hurting even more and more and more. I say Vaultborn. I want the card draw. Maybe. Okay, well, that's pretty good. So many lands, that is nuts. I mean, Leyline of Sanctity isn't, it's not nothing. It could be countered. I think it might. Probably. Ouch. That's probably going to be it. Yeah. That's all right. We stumbled a little bit. Nothing much else we could do. Definitely keeping the ley line. The Brawler, would I like Eldritch Evolution? They have a lot of counter spells. As you may have seen, Negate is a possibility, countering a non-creature spell. I don't imagine Eldritch Evolution is gonna go off too easily. Yeah. We'll keep it like that, and we'll mulligan aggressively for Leyline of Sanctity. Hopefully it's in the opening hand. Get fortunate. Nope. It's very good. I'm going to keep it. I think it could be a lot worse than that. Absolutely. They got counter spells. Cavern of Souls want to keep that in, but if I am going to be playing Carnage Tyrant before Regisaur, I say we send that to the bottom. Earworm. Oldies, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. Everything going good with the music channels and whatnot. Oh, turn one Thoughtseize, the classic and oh so fantastic. But when you have a hand that's a whole lot of lands, you know what they can do? Make you discard that stuff. Yeah. That's good. We will be able to make 6 on turn 4. Okay, yeah, we're getting there. Maybe play Palani's Hatcher next turn. Field of Ruin taking out Sunken Citadel is... it's never fun. But that's one less. They only have 3 more. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself and the opponent has another one in their hand. Oh. Plot the Railway Brawler. We won't play Castle Garenbrig until we absolutely have to. I think Field of Ruin is going to be used to take out Cavern so that their counter spells could be done for. Maybe. Okay, that's a little painful. That's also painful. I like the looks of this. You know what happens with Railway Brawler. You play it. And then you play Palani's Hatcher. I think this could be alright. We make a 6-6. Well, we made Palani's Hatcher a 10-8. And Really, that's what I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure they have a sweeper, but that's what they're doing next turn. They won't be doing Field of Ruin. I'm hoping that Ghalta draws some dino. Hoping I get some dino. Somebody big. If they don't have a sweeper, it is going to be quite problematic. Yeah, definitely the Brawler. Ah, again, the fun stuff. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world. We don't need to use Ghalta. We'll pretend like we don't have anything. If Ghalta could attack and we would get lethal, 100%, that's what I'd be trying to do. But I want to just, continue to protect against counter spells. We have 2 Castle Garenbrigs now, so we're padded. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Bazinga!
Yes.
All right. There you go. There you go. A bunch more wins above and beyond the 220 something that you were keeping track of, Commander Crane. Fantastic again. Thanks for doing that. It's going to get more and more. It's going to get to 400, 500, 600. Hopefully by that point I've won some more competitive tournaments and whatnot. And yeah, that was good stuff. Thunderwolf, thanks for watching. Earworm Oldies, thanks for stopping by. Scorpion, hopefully work went well, and hopefully everybody else's work went well. I think we'll leave it there for tonight. I'm gonna pass out, I think. But it's lovely stuff. I love doing this more than just about anything. So thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your time zone. Get some good rest and peace. Okay, we're gonna get to one. I have to check back and see if I got one last night.